When will this incessant wandering and exile come to an end? Camped here these 9 years along the shore, mighty Greek warships anchored, idle, our sea-bound navigation and fighting skills no advantage on the bloody Trojan fields. Curse Ares, god of war, son of Zeus! Would that he had not taught humans of battle, spear-driving, spirit-breaking exhaustion upon endless exhaustion. Better that he remained shrouded in the heavens, or banished to Hades' death's bottomless house. Will we ever again wear fine garlands, smell fresh herbs and flowers, sip from brimming wine bowls, and hear a lover's gentle whisper or a flute's enchanted song? Instead, forgotten, dank night dew clings to my clothes and soaks my hair. We lie here endless, sleepless nights, bodies heaped on wet sand, just within reach of death's chilly grip, while our mortal enemy sleeps by warm fires behind Troy's thick walls. Ajax, the mighty, our king, leader, and protector, second in strength only to great Achilles, is dead by his own sword. Maybe 'tis better we Greeks be defeated than lose all will to live. Once, fearless behind Ajax, battle victories came fast and sleep easy. We believed that he would stand with us until the end, as long as we, his sailors, his soldiers, stood with him. But now the waves of arrows and nightmares never cease. Oh, for the sea winds to guide us safely round the southern coast below Athens, back to the harbors of our contentment, where we will sing our joy and be finally welcomed home.
I come from out the charnel house and gates of gloom, where Hades dwells apart from gods. I, POLYDORUS, Hecuba's son, and of Priam now departed. With Troy's impending doom by Grecian hordes, my father took alarm, conveying me from Trojan walls to Polymester's house, his guest friend in Thrace, who sows this fruitful plain. With me my father sent much gold by stealth, so that if ever Troy's stronghold should yield, his surviving children might not want for means to live. I was the youngest of King Priam's sons, and this it was that hastened my removal from the land, for I could brandish neither sword nor Trojan spear. So long then as the bulwarks of our mighty land stood firm, and Troy's battlements abode unshaken, and my brother Hector prospered in his warring, I grew and flourished as an heir of Troy. But with Troy fallen, my brother's life forfeit, my father butchered by Achilles' brutish son, then did my father's friend slay me, his helpless guest, for the sake of the gold, and cast me into the swell of the sea to keep the gold for himself in his house.
My son. My son.
And there I lie, one time upon the strand, another in the salt sea surge, drifting ever up and down upon the billows, unwept, unburied, unhonored. But now I am hovering far beyond Hecuba's sight. A disembodied spirit keeping airy station these 3 days, ever since my old grey mother's bondage here en route to Greece. I must draw back. I see her coming. Plagued by nightmares, she has dreamt my ghost. O burdened queen, some heartless god has seen you fall from splendor into days of slavery.
now an old gray woman, a slave with no home. My husband Priam, my children, my city, my language, all burnt to the ground. And now Polymestor, vile man, declares that I am a monstrous creature. I, a monstrous creature? It is deplorable that men's words should ever have more power than facts. When speaking of good deeds, the words must ring true, and evil deeds should be clothed in rotten words, not in slick rhetoric. These smooth-talking liars with their crowd coaxing tongues hone their art, but in the end, they will die foully. Polymestor said it was to save the Greeks from Troy rising and the horrors of a second war that he killed my son, my Polydorus. Liar! This man of absolute evil. His barbarian nation could never be a friend to the Greeks. Where did his fervent zeal come from? Was he looking for favors? An alliance through marriage? He said a second invasion would have trampled his country's crops. What fools would believe him? Let me tell the real reason. It was the gold and his insatiable greed that turned him to murder. He threw my son's knife-shredded body into the water to float to my knees. If not the gold, how was it that while Troy stood strong, its tower solid, Priam still alive and Hector's sword thriving, while my son was a guest in his home? Why did he not take him as prisoner to the Greeks or kill him then? No! He waited until the stinking smoke announced our enemy's triumph. It was then he killed the helpless guest at his hearth. There is more to prove his evil. If he was an ally to the Greeks, he would have taken the gold held in trust for my son and given it to them. They were in desperate need, having been at war and away from home for so long. But no, even now, he cannot bear to part with it. He is hoarding it in his house. Polymestor's charge was to take care of my son. This would have brought him praise, honor, respect. It is in bad times, in defeat and ruin, the true friends show themselves. Had he fallen on hard times, my son would have helped him, would have been a treasury for him. But my son is no longer in this world. Polymestor's children are dead, and he is blind. Now the gold is useless to him. If you side with Polymestor, you show yourself to be evil. If you endorse someone who is neither pious or loyal, holy or just, what does that say about you?
Will they hear this? Will they receive my gifts? I, Cassandra, am seeing the past crimes of this house repeating. But Apollo made my prophecies never to be believed. The truth is, we wrestled. He breathed his godly breath upon me, and I made promises which I never kept. Terrible visions, they strike me to the core. Look, look, murdered children, filling their hands with their own flesh, murdered by their own kin. See how the young virgin tethered to the house floats like a phantom just above the doors, entrails spilling out, gutted by a father. I will tell them someone is plotting vengeance. A sweet lion purrs in her husband's bed. Like a watchdog, she licks his hand upon arrival. Do they not know the hateful bitch plans his end? What else could she be called? A snake with two heads? A warmonger? A plague that breathes out death against its loved ones? A monster. It is all the same to me whether they believe me or not. The future is coming, and soon enough they will pity me. They will know I spoke the truth when they bear witness upon Agamemnon's death. There's no praying this away. The course is set and the preparations are made. Oh no! Again the fire comes upon me! Look, look! The two-footed lion and the bedded wolf, and now they sharpen the dagger upon her husband's head and cry in triumph. It is she, too, that will kill me, a poison mixture of anger and jealousy for bringing me home as spoils from Troy. But I will not be forgotten. The gods will send another to avenge my death, but this time son to slay mother. Oh no! Apollo himself is stripping me of my exact end. The prophet bringing the prophetess to a chance death. No comfort for me. I am the sacrificial lamb. But still, I go through to the gates of death, and I pray for a swift end to close my eyes.
Friends, please, I beg you, try to understand my plight. My uncle Creon curses me to die for what he thinks are my sins. Yes, to die, to enter Hades' underworld into eternal night, eternal sleep. I'll never see the sun again. No sun, no light, no sound, no hope. I'll never enjoy anything again except a lonely, unending night. My fate is to die alone, in silence. Why? I only gave my brother the burial rites he deserved. I am innocent. I've never even been wed. My marriage bed will be a silent stone, lonely tomb. No wedding music. These ears will never again enjoy music. My destiny is a landscape of silence, solitude, and death. My fate will be stone like Niobe's. Do you recall her end? She was transformed into stone, locked in earth, and left to perpetual grief. The gods cursed her for her sins, just as my uncle Creon punishes me for mine. I already feel the vacant loneliness of death, of being among the dead. Did I sin? I honored the dead. Isn't it right that I honored my brother's death? Is it sinful to love my brother, to weep for my family? Both my parents are dead. I can never have another brother. No one will love me. No one will weep for me. The only tears that will be for my sake will be the river that bears me on its current to Hades' underworld. There I'll reunite with my unfortunate family. Oedipus, both brother and father, cursed to marry his mother, my own doomed beloved mother. My very existence seems to be a sin. I live in Thebes, but I don't recognize this place because I must say farewell and die. I don't connect to this place. I don't connect to these people. I'm a stranger in my own home. I exist in a place between life and death, alive, yet sentenced to death. I don't belong anywhere. Why must I suffer? Because I loved? It's unjust to bury me alive in a stone tomb. No love for me, no pity, no tears. Persephone beckons me to Hades' eternal world below, a silent, lonely end, punished for loving my brother. I am the last in line of the line of kings to die. And you just look at me without feeling or care. Now I must go and face my end. The time given to me has run out.